Welcome to the Shifting with Marlee podcast. I'm Marlee. Thank you for joining me wherever you are. All that I ask of you, the listener, is to have an open mind and an open heart. And in return, I offer you myself. Today, we're going to dream together about the future. We're going to use our imagination and our manifestation and creation superpowers to envision our highest timeline for the future of humanity and the earth. It's generally really easy for us to tap into the collective fear and imagine the worst case scenarios and apocalyptic scenarios. It's all over TV shows and movies and the news and social media. It's almost like we've been conditioned to use our imagination for these fear-based scenarios. It's often more difficult for us to imagine the best case scenario. It doesn't always come as naturally to us. But the more time and energy we dedicate to envisioning our highest timeline and the best case scenarios, the best possible outcomes, the easier it becomes. It becomes easier to tap into those frequencies. It becomes more real, more tangible. As we spend more time and energy envisioning our highest timeline, it becomes our guiding post, our North Star. It becomes our mantra and our affirmation. It becomes possible. It opens up the pathway. We call it in and bring it closer through our visioning. We create it through our visioning. Through this practice of visioning, we make it a reality. So today, we're going to dedicate the time and energy together to this vision. Together, we'll practice envisioning the best case scenarios for ourselves and our own lives, for our family and loved ones, and for humanity and the earth. We're going to ask the question today, what if everything works out for the best and highest and greatest good of all? I hope this question excites you and sparks something in you. And the beautiful thing is, your vision for yourself, for your family and loved ones, and for humanity and the earth is unique to you. It will be unique to your life circumstances and your soul's journey. And guess what? Your vision doesn't have to remain the same. It can change and morph and evolve over time. But what remains consistent among all of our visions is that they are of a high frequency and vibration. I promise you this is a powerful, powerful practice and will have a positive impact in your own life and in the world. In order to build your vision, I encourage you to dedicate some time and space. Get comfortable, set the mood, perhaps light a candle and play some music. Begin by grounding down into the earth. Take some deep breaths and calm your nervous system. Perhaps meditate for a few minutes to help shift you into this visioning space. And then if it feels good and resonant for you, I invite you to open up your crown chakra. You may like to visualize this as a flower opening up its petals, or as a door opening up. And visualize some beautiful light pouring into your crown and covering your whole body. And then that beautiful light concentrates in your third eye. It may even feel good to give yourself a little third eye massage to further open up this area. With this practice, we are opening up and bringing more awareness to our visualization and imagination centers. Then, when you feel ready, take a pen to paper and write out your visions. It may even feel better to talk it out and record yourself. Just let it flow. Don't overthink it at this stage. Just let whatever wants to come out, come out. Let it pour out of you without judgment. I invite you to start with yourself and envisioning the best case scenario for your own life. Then extend this out to your family and loved ones. Then extend it out further to humanity and envisioning the highest timeline and best possible outcome for humanity. Then extend it out even further to your vision for the earth. Really feel into this. Feel into your visions. What would it feel like to be living in these best case scenarios you've come up with? Once you've written out or recorded your visions, take some time to picture them in your mind's eye. Hold these visions in your mind's eye. And as you build and refine your visions over time, I encourage you to return to these visions again and again, as often as you remember. Keep reading the words, keep listening to the recording, keep picturing it in your mind's eye, over and over until it becomes second nature, until it becomes a habit. Perhaps start with returning to your visions when you first wake up and before you go to sleep. Those are potent times for a visioning practice. Then from there, build it into your day. Perhaps even set an alarm on your phone to remind you to drop into your vision. Whatever works for you, it's really all about consistency and repetition. So now, in order to give you some ideas and examples and help you in your visioning process, I'll share with you a bit of my own vision and best case scenarios as they currently stand in their current form. And then you'll hear from some former guests of the podcast from this past year and short clips where they shared their beautiful visions. You may recall I shared something similar last year in January 2023, back in episode 33, The Story of Our Future Part 2. So go back and listen to that episode if you want even more. Perhaps we'll make this a tradition on the Shifting with Marlee podcast and envision the future together every year. That would be fun. Okay, so in a minute, you'll hear from Ashley Ann, Troy Hadid, Malette Yared, Rachel Embry, Laura Hartley, Allison Holly, and Sam Adams. Let's dive in. I'll start with my own current vision for the future of humanity and the earth to get us going. I envision a world where every single human being has their needs met and where everyone feels safe and supported. I envision a world where the barriers between people dissolve and we each recognize our shared humanity and interconnectedness. I envision a world built on peace and love and abundance and community. I envision a world where we live in harmony with the earth. I envision a world where we move beyond hierarchy and where all decisions are made for the collective good of all and the collective good of the earth. I envision a world where each person finds happiness, joy, and play. I envision a world where we each fulfill our soul's purpose and mission and where we each remember we are souls having a human experience. I envision a world of laughter and play and connection. And finally, I envision a world in which we remember the sacredness and beauty in all things, and where we remember what a gift it is to be alive on this beautiful earth. What is your vision for the future of humanity and the earth?
Yes, my vision is for all of us to just connect more with each other, connect in with ourselves. And we all look at this world and look at our life from the lens of love, from the lens of acceptance, of joy, of peace.
What is your vision for the future of humanity and the earth?
Wow. I believe in a world and a humanity where everyone can see one another as divine beings, and we can all really live and love one another beyond our own personal needs and desires, that we can actually move beyond this narrative of separateness and otherness. I truly do believe that it is possible.
What is your vision for the future of humanity and the earth?
I envision for people to feel more lit up by their magic, just more in love with who they are and the gifts they have and the traumas they have, all of it together. I want people to recognize that there is magic in each and every single one of us. And the reason this healing, this work, and everything is important is just to remind us to come back to that.
What is your vision for the future of humanity and the earth?
My vision is pretty big, and I have it written down, and it reference this every day when I wake up, because I always feel like our vision should be bigger than life, you know? And my vision is that each of us as individuals have a chance to really, truly embrace our authenticity, our uniqueness, our power through our desire, our intuition, and ultimately create such a sense of love within ourselves and autonomy, but within the unity of connecting in loving relationships, whether that's with our partners, our friendships, our animals, nature, the world. And I so deeply want everybody to experience that sense of love, and even in their business as well, because it all plays out that way.
What is your vision for the future of humanity and the earth?
Externally, it requires a reevaluation of everything. I want a culture that has reimagined the industrial prison complex. I want a culture that has reimagined our food systems. I want a culture that has reimagined the way we live in our cities, the way we walk our streets, the way we cycle or commute. I want a world in which everybody can pursue what feels meaningful to them, and which everybody has the safety internally and externally to express who they are, to express what they feel, and to express what they want. That's my vision. But it's a big vision, but it's the reimagination of everything with an arc towards justice.
What is your dream for the future of humanity and the earth?
Ooh, yeah, it feels so good. Well, we all step out on the playground, and I talk about a return to the Garden of Eden, and that's what we're moving into. You know, the process that I started doing, I would close my eyes and imagine the earth, all of the earth, in her divine template, right? So when I look at a tree that's suffering or whatever, I actually just imagine this sort of blueprint, and I imagine it being in that. I imagine the sacred grid work that runs through all of life, and I witness each person being that. And that is really the return to the Garden of Eden. And I witness myself in that as well. So this is a practice that I would definitely extend to all of you is, you know, close your eyes and imagine this world in its highest capacity, and just know that that is, you know, that that's the truth. We are stepping into it. You know, we are not just imagining it, but we are creating it on the physical. So that's my dream, but I believe in dreams. So that's my reality.
What is your vision for the future of humanity and the earth?
Well, I have like an actual vision showing up in my mind's eye right now, but the word that I want to share that I feel like encompasses that is freedom. Freedom for each individual human being. Freedom for us all together, that we can like meet in that space. And the vision I'm seeing in my mind's eye is just like an earth that's super abundant, you know, clean water flowing, birds chirping, people moving freely at their own pace and rhythm, and crossing paths with other human beings that are moving at their own rhythm, and meeting each other in that, and there just being a fluidity and abundance and beauty. But I want everyone on this planet to be free. And I want us to meet one another in that freedom.
So there you have it. And now it's your turn. What is your vision for the future of humanity and the earth? What is your dream? What is your best case scenario for your own life and the lives of your family and loved ones? Your vision is important, and your imagination is powerful. You are a powerful creator. I promise you this. The future is bright. I'll end today with a quote by Arundhati Roy. Another world is not only possible, she is on her way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing.